This is Attorney Mike Revan coming to you from Chicago. As usual, I've got a fun one. I have to thank Denise Ropon for sending me this. She sent me the original and she sent me the follow-up. It's Mr. Fields. I'll give you a little bit of the last appearance so that everyone knows what we're talking about. Let's get it started, shall we?
You can unmute the device, and if Mr. Childs has any questions on the court date or bond conditions, the court will entertain. And is there anything?
Here we go.
I don't care about money. I don't need money. I don't listen. I graduated from high school. I didn't have a family until I was 21 years old. The system can get out of my face with all of this shit because it's worse.
Mr. Childs, watch your language. Unless you have any questions, we're concluded here for the arraignment. Good luck, Mr. Childs.
I have one simple request, and that is to have sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
Mr. Childs, can you hear me?
Okay, I have to show you my cool new shark with the laser beam attached to its freaking head shirt. I don't know who sent it to me, but thank you. I got it. I absolutely love it. It's good stuff. Let's carry on.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my name is Judge Williams, and I've got Mr. Reagan here as well. I'm going to call your case. All right, this is State of Michigan versus Javante Childs, case 23056-38501. Today is the date set for a bond redetermination hearing. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748.
Your Honor, take it on behalf of Javante Childs, who's appearing via Zoom from the Wayne County Jail.
All right, good morning to both of you, and good morning, Mr. Childs. Today is the date set for a bond redetermination hearing. This bond was set intentionally unaffordable. Mr. Reagan, is there anything you'd like to say on your client's behalf at this point?
Judge, my client's 30 years of age. 30 years of age, Judge. Obviously, he has some prior history, Judge, but he was supposed to start a job. He got hired in as a dishwasher. This week he was supposed to start his job, Judge. So he's going to have employment. He's a high school graduate, Your Honor. Obviously, he's not going to have any contact with any banks or anything like that, Judge. And I think if the court put a tether on him, I think that may suffice. I'd ask the court to consider a personal bond for Mr. Childs with a tether so that he can go to work, Judge, work his new job as a dishwasher. He's lived in the Detroit area his whole life, Judge. So he has ties here. So I don't think he's going anywhere, Judge. We just you might want to keep track of where he is with a tether. So I'm asking the court respectfully to consider that, Judge. Okay,
this guy does a really nice job under the circumstances. If you saw the first appearance, you realize this client is a piece of work. So the prosecutor steps in here and says some good stuff. And ultimately he allows this guy to talk.
Okay, Ms. Douglas.
Yes, Your Honor. We believe that the bond should be kept as it is for the following reasons. So Mr. Childs, for his young age, has multiple convictions. So he has a 2016 conviction for police officer fleeing and eluding. He has a 2017 conviction for assaulting, resisting, obstructing a police officer. And then he has a 22 conviction for resisting, obstructing a police officer that he just pled to and was sentenced to probation January 6th of this year. And so, Your Honor, having been sentenced to probation in January, he then turns around and does this. With the bank robbery, he was actually caught in the vestibule of the bank. And so the police were able to see him when they got there. And so there's a high probability of conviction as the police were able to see him up close. When when the bank unlocked the vestibule, he ran from the police. And so, Your Honor, this is a situation where he is likely to be convicted. The bank robbery is a life offense. He is a HAB 4. And so he is looking at a lengthy sentence if he is in fact convicted. And on top of that, I think that him doing this when he just got on probation indicates that he is both a threat to the public because he did, in robbing the bank, he claimed that he had a suicide vest on to scare the teller. And he also has a history of trying to escape the police. So, Your Honor, we ask that the bond be continued. We don't think that a tether alone with house arrest is sufficient to ensure the safety of the public or to ensure that he shows up to court as required.
Judge, and Ms. Douglas says this as though this is actual fact. These are allegations. Now, I understand that's in the investigator's report. You know, it says that he was caught in a vestibule in the middle. And I'm just not sure if you're locked in a vestibule, how you can run from the police, you know, once it's unlocked, Judge, if you're locked in. But there are some other things that have to be looked at too, Judge. I understand. But I understand the charge is serious. So I'm asking for what I'm asking for, Judge, and I'd ask the court to adopt that, Your Honor.
Well, I've had a chance to review some of the criminal history as well as the allegations here. And, you know, quite frankly, I'm more scared for Mr. Child's safety at this point. At some point, I do note from the last hearing that there was some component to psychiatric help as far as the probation order. I'm not sure what's happening right now. But the allegations alleged in the report indicates that after saying that he had a vest on during the middle of a potential bank robbery, Mr. Childs, you know, tried to disregard the officer's commands. Now, you know, I don't know much about, you know, these bank robberies and how this works, but this is a highly dangerous situation. And Mr. Childs, even if he didn't have a weapon on him, could have been seriously hurt, and I'm not comfortable changing the bond at this point until there are an evaluation and mental health components in place. So bond is to remain the same at this point.
Can I say something? Am I off mute? Can I say something?
Yeah, what's going on, Mr. Childs? Is it about the case?
Yeah, no, it's about the world out there and the prosecutor's perspective based off of her not being able to live in the world like how I've been placed in the world. My mom
Mr. Childs, I'm going to stop you right now.
I have a story to talk about. I just got 3 things to say. My mama left me at 3 years old. I never had parents. Not one day in my life. Could you mute them for me? Second thing I want to say, all of this economy system is set up by design. Okay.
All right. I'm sorry to mute you, Mr. Childs, but that's the end of this hearing. This matter is concluded.
All right. We are all set with Mr. Childs.
The judge is correct. We've only got 1 of 3 points, but I can see this is going nowhere, nowhere productive. Let's carry on, shall we?
We can have the next person, deputy.
What he's still going.
Is it Miss Hinckley?
Miss Hickey, I think, Judge.
Hickey, excuse me.
Donna Hickey.
He does leave some hand signals on the way out. Maybe you can decipher. Well, there you have it. Thank you again, Denise Ropon, for sending that to me. It was a follow-up on a video I just did. I'll try to figure out and put a link to that in the description below so that you can see that one too if you're interested. It's good stuff. He can't be controlled. I think the judge made a good call under the circumstances. Let's not do anything till he's evaluated at least. Here at Law Talk, we like to have fun with silly stuff that happens in court, and every once in a while, and completely by accident, I assure you, you might learn something. Thanks for watching.